thanks everybody for coming. This is a news conference. That's what it is. We have something very, very exciting to announce today, and I'll let you take it a little bit.
All right, so I'd like to welcome everyone here at the club level and virtually, of course, because you've taken the time on this beautiful Saturday to come and find out about the latest news here in Pittsburgh, right? So how are you doing today?
Well.
So now that I know you're alive, please take a second and make sure that your cell phones are off. So in the meantime, I know that you're here because you know there's something new happening in Pittsburgh, something that you have to get your hands on. And that is absolutely the launch of the Mission Control label. So I have here with me today Lee Davis, which is one of the co-founders of Three Horsemen and also Mission Control. We have Robert Ross, who is an attorney based out of Washington, D.C., who's also a co-founder of Three Horsemen and Mission Control. And in the center we have
Tek Bennet.
Tek Bennet, there you go. And he is the first artist to sign with the label here in Pittsburgh. Of course, we also have as part of the Three Horsemen and Mission Control, Michael A. Jordan, who is a finance person based out of Boston.
All right, great. You guys have to forgive me, my voice is going a little bit, but we asked you all to here today because we have a very exciting announcement with the launch of our label. We just signed a major situation with Ingalls, Montana, which is associated with the Universal Music Group digital distribution outlet. So one of the things that we're doing is we're bringing a very complete platform to the table. It's not just distribution. We're bringing a 360 situation to the city of Pittsburgh. So anything that you could possibly imagine, from video placement to ultimately radio play to ultimately Netflix and Hulu and merchandising, everything is all encompassed underneath one roof. And one of the main reasons that, and we'll go into a little bit more why we are signing Tek, is because the nature of the game right now is about just being a complete brand. It's not just about being an artist. It's about everything you could possibly imagine and things that are just outside of the box, so to speak. And this gentleman is not only a rock artist, but he's a hell of a lyricist as well. So we're looking forward to being able to bring that to you. The gentleman I got virtual is a very powerful person in the music game. He's based in L.A. His name is John Ferguson. He's part of Tech Nine's camp, Glasses Malone. He's been part of the Universal family for almost 20 years, and he's actually responsible in helping me put this situation together. He's more of an administrator. Normally when you sign a situation with a digital distribution deal, a lot of people don't get the digital side right because they don't have the administration piece to add to it. Well, that's the gentleman that handles it, and he's been doing it for years. So that's why I have him here, because he's the one that put all of this together for the Three Horsemen and Mission Control recording. So without further ado, Lee, I guess.
First, before I bring on JF, one thing y'all need to know is that, you know, this brother has been responsible for some of the biggest names and movements in the industry. You know what I mean? For this past year, whether you're saying Glasses Malone, we're saying Kendrick, we're saying Tech Nine. We could say, who else? Well, of course, we're going to have Tek Bennet coming through, but this brother has been instrumental as far as killing the charts this year and being a structure, you know, being a structure or helping those acts get to where they are. So, with my introduction to JF. JF, you there, brother? Okay. JF, we got everybody in the house, as you can see, man. If you got a couple of words, I know you got somewhere you got to be, always on the move. So, JF, what you got to say? JF.
I don't think we can hear him.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, we got you on the laptop.
That better, can you hear me?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Go ahead.
Yeah, look, on behalf of Pittsburgh Music Group, Universal Distribution, we're excited about our deal, Mission Control. Forward to somebody get and really kind of look at that Southeast market looking back. Forward to represent the DC area. You have talent coming out of Pittsburgh and Atlanta. You know, next to Tek Bennet, I'm going to see triple platinum. To match that, help with triple platinum. Let's get it in.
Definitely. Appreciate you. And guys, let me just be clear about something. I know that the volume was bad. I do apologize for that. Basically, what he's saying is that what we've done is we've created this extended network that allows us to be able to do what we're doing, not just from the West Coast, but also we're bringing a structure similar to what Benji did with Rostrum.
Right.
You know, actually, to be honest with you, Mac Miller's label is on the same administration side as Mission Control. So nothing's being compromised, and I think that's the big thing here. What we're doing is we're bringing a platform that's been proven 1,000 times over. And what it's doing is it's allowing us, because if any of y'all are really familiar with the independent game, it's completely changed the landscape of the music industry. The music industry is almost like a bastard child. It really doesn't even know what it's going to look like 6 months from now. So what we've done is with the combination of technology, we have companies such as Fullscreen Sensei. Fullscreen was responsible in partnering up with Diddy at South by Southwest. He's actually in bed with the owners with that. Sensei is a merchandising company that has a clothing factory in, I think it's Turkey and Istanbul, where they do merchandising deals, and all we got to do is just simply send them the logo, and everything's done. So all of that's underneath one roof. And then lastly, we have a relationship with Netflix and Hulu. So for instance, we do a he's going on tour in London in December. So we're going to do a documentary on everything he's doing while he's over there. We can actually put that together, and then we can live stream it directly through Hulu Plus and Netflix.
Right.
There's about maybe 8 to 9 different revenue streams that I've just stated to you right now that allows us to be able to move forward, and we have not talked about a major label or politics being in the midst of that, which at the end of the day normally is what kills deals, correct? Yes, no, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know, at the end of the day, you have to take ownership of what you're doing. That's what we've done. And, you know, just knowing the landscape of Pittsburgh, there's a lot of phobics here, and I'm going to keep it 100. And what I mean by that is everybody sit on the sideline waiting for something to happen. Well, guess what? We're doing that. We're taking ownership of it. This deal and the structure of this deal is not for everyone, because this will expose the ones that we don't want to deal with. And that's the reason why we're doing a news conference today, so at the end of the day, we can show people from the very inception of what it is that we're doing. And, you know, we're guilty by association, and that's a great association to be with. So, you know, with that being said, that's the purpose of the nature of the announcement today. Okay? The name of the label is called Mission Control Recordings. We're exclusively distributed by Ingalls Fontana, UNGD. And that's pretty much it. What we're going to do now is, for the reason we're here, we're signing this gentleman. Yeah, I definitely want him to say a couple of words. You know, just give a little bit of information about yourself and, you know, why you're excited about this situation and what you want to do in terms of being able to bring to the city of Pittsburgh, since this is where you're from.
Wow, first of all, I'm completely blown away because this has been a tough process for me. Any indie artist will understand and agree. You know, it's very hard to get yourself out there into the music industry without feeling like you're sacrificing, you know, your creative abilities. And for me, I'm coming into the music industry not only doing rock and roll, but also hip-hop as well. So for me, that was already tough as it is, because I'm like, okay, how am I going to take myself and be able to market all of my brands at one time? And these gentlemen gave me a platform to be able to express myself creatively. So I really thank you guys for coming out and being supportive, because as we all know, sometimes support is very hard to get for an indie artist. You know, especially, you know, a lot of people wait to see an artist blow up and say, okay, I'm here, we support them. But a lot of you guys have been supportive through this journey. A lot of you haven't. So I thank the ones that have. I thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to express myself through music and through my life. So this is going to be a great journey, and I'm ready to go for it.
Yeah, definitely look for the single, I think, latter part of September. The album, which is called Bangers Ball, is going to be dropped first quarter 2014. Look for the videos sometime, probably in October. It'll be on all the major video outlets, Vivo, Fuse, blah, 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 blah. Look for the single to actually be played, I believe, regionally from, let's say, Virginia, Rochester, Virginia, that whole eastern corridor. And much it. He's going to be on tour latter part of December. He's got 6 shows. We got AEG and Oakley Shades as the corporate sponsors for that. One other situation, we also have an impending situation with Warner Chappell for publishing on the administration side. So for all you writers out there, definitely submit what you have to Lee. Very important, one of the criteria pieces of that is you must have placements. Again, it's all about being serious, and it's all about making an impact. If you don't have placements and if someone's talking to you, that's still part of the criteria. But we have a really nice relationship with that. And then we also have a relationship with Paramount Pictures for movie picture development. Okay, so if you have scripts and things of that nature, definitely get them to myself or the league, and we can make it happen. My office is based in D.C. We'll definitely make sure that we get the information out to the folks in. But in terms of just what's happening in Pittsburgh, everything goes through Lee, so that we can make things happen. Okay. We're going to open the floor to any questions.
So before we open the floor to any questions, make sure that when you have the chance to ask, tell us what media outlet you're from and your name as well. And something I did miss, and after hearing Robert talk about everything that's happening in Pittsburgh, I forgot to tell you who I was. So, my name is Stacey Fernandez. I am the host of Pittsburgh's only Latino radio show. And how many of you did even know about Latino community growing here in Pittsburgh? Right. So you're finding 2 things at once, right? Well, my manager is sitting right here. And I have to commend the fact that what they're doing is great because they're reaching out to new markets and reaching out to many different opportunities that are out there that, like Robert said, they're just on the sideline waiting for things to happen. So you're going to see a lot more of that. And with that said, anyone has any questions?
Yes, my name is Rock B.J. I represent my daughter's company, Silverline LLC, in the Executive House. I'm working with Mama Africa's Green Scouts and Media Protection. You collaborated with artists such as Genetics and also were engineering manager and vocalist for Shauna and Michelle.
Yes.
They present different styles of music. How do you manage to change gears and genres and techniques?
It comes from emotion, actually. I'm one of those people, sometimes I can be quite emotional when it comes to my craft. So there's times where I'll go into the studio, turn all the lights out, and take myself to another level, whether it's lighting some incense, and getting into a particular zone to convey a message, whether it's through R&B music, pop music, hip-hop music. It's all about emotion and conveying how you feel and taking that delivery and taking it to the next level as far as musically. So I hope that, answer your question.
Excellent. It appears that you have expressed most genres to mankind. Do you plan on exposing another or new sound in your new album?
Oh, wow. I plan on going so many different directions. I have a great production team. Seventh Imp from New York, he's worked with artists like Young Buck, Del Fario in LA, who's worked with artists like Shantae Moore. I have Jerome Weddick, Nick McLemore, who is great, as far as guitar and drums. So these people are coming to the table and really getting my brand together and really helping me, like I said before, express myself creatively and stay ahead of the curve. I'm trying not to go too far, where everybody's like, what is he doing? But at the same time, I want to be able to make something that's relevant, cutting edge, and new, all at the same time.
Your song "Save Me" projects scenes of street life and crime. Yet in the lyric, it appears that you are asking for God to save you. Has this been inspired from life things?
Yeah. There's times where I was in so many dark places in my life because, first of all, I've always wanted to do music. I grew up in a family full of musicians, and I know this industry can be brutal, and for me, it was tough. Sometimes I didn't have a job. I couldn't get a job, and sometimes it was because of, racial tension and different types of things, but, I had people to help me put a press kit together. I spent almost 13 years going to music conferences and, having the door literally shut in my face. People didn't want to work with me. So it's been a grueling process. So faith is very important to me because without faith, I'm nothing.
Anybody else with questions?
Hi, my name's Cream. I'm from Cleveland, and I'm with the Elite Radio Show from CET Entertainment. And who would you say your core audience is?
Wow. First of all, I love an alternative audience. I love the skateboarders. You know, I love the goths. I love everyone. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure that the music that I create is based upon making people feel happy. You know, everyone. You know, I don't want to necessarily say I'm making a street record for the street.
Right.
You know, on this project, you may hear records that are for the streets, and then you might hear a record that's for the club, and then you may hear a record where you might have to relax and get your thoughts together.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to make a catalog and a collection of music for everyone to be able to understand and relate to.
Any more questions?
Wow.
No more questions? Anybody got any questions in the back? At all?
Questions back there?
Okay.
Well, before we get down to the business that we're here for, one thing y'all also got to understand is, you know, I've known this brother for a long time, and he's been very patient, and he knows I don't micromanage because of he's very professional in what he does. So when he goes in the studio, when he's working on his craft, when he's looking at producers, he's taking his time to get it right. He's not just taking anything that comes his way. He's not just writing any old lyric. He's really taking his time to get it right and do it the right way. And so that's why when people ask me, well, why do y'all sign Tek? That's one of the reasons, not only because of his talent, but because of his professionalism and the way he goes about handling his business. You know what I mean? So when Universal, Rob, when we all sat down and talked about this move, it was a no-brainer that he had to be the first one out the gate. Now, trust and believe, we have other artists that are lined up that are, you know, even some nationally known ones that want to come to us to put their stuff out. But he's the first one out the gate. Also, he's already getting co-signed by people like Jay Electronica already. We already know Glasses Malone, Tech 9 already co-signed. And we got a whole bunch of people, Ryan Lewis and Macklemore. These are all people that's in our camp right now co-signing this brother right here from Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? So I think the whole city, regardless of what you listen to or what you're into, at this point in time, this is the guy we're going to rally behind and push, and we're going to sign some other artists from Pittsburgh too, and we're going to do something that, you know, hasn't been done here in the Pittsburgh history ever. So we're going to make it happen. Mission Control Records is going to make that happen. All the artists that we feel that we've been watching for the past 2 or 3 years that we've been looking at, we're going to bring them to the plate now and help them get their music out there. And they know who they are. And if they don't, we're going to let you know who you are because we've been watching you. So with that being said, congratulations, Tek. You know what I mean? It's been a pleasure. And Robert, I think the biggest thing that people need to understand is that when we say 360 movement,
Right.
it's the 360 for the artist, not the label.
Right. Let's
You
be
know what I
very
mean?
clear
Let's be
about
clear
that.
about that.
Right.
All these movements and all these revenue streams that are coming together are to help the artist. That's the biggest thing we can.
Very artist-friendly label, trust me. I've seen enough deals to make me puke, so,
Right.
you know. That's it. Short and sweet. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.